You want anything bad enough? Don't make excuses. You gotta lose your time and your sleep for it. You find a way.
Boxing King Media in association with boxer Kalle Sauerland. Kalle, a humongous event. Everyone's calling it the WrestleMania of Misfits Boxing. I'll just let Dylan DANIS go past.
Yeah, my bro, you good? Good to see you, huh? You good? Told you I'd be here. You good, you good?
Take your son, those
Oh,
are
you
shoulders.
good. Solid.
Check your shoulders out, bro.
Dylan, we happy for you?
So, as I was saying,
Sam Bush, Dylan DANIS were part of the prime.
oh yes. So as I was saying, the WrestleMania of Misfits Boxing, as everyone's calling it. Kalle,
No, that's you just questioned that. I'm saying Super Bowl.
is that bigger?
King Media has just. You haven't patented that because I'm going to nick that. Press conference tomorrow. This is dedicated to Boxing King Media. The WrestleMania of boxing. I think that's fantastic.
It is, because
Mams keeps on saying Super Bowl. I said Super Bowl. Mams is now stealing that off me. And WrestleMania of boxing. I like it.
if you look back a few years ago, Kalle, Eddie Hearn, Frank Warren were the main players in British boxing. With what you've done with Misfits in the last 18 months, 2 years, are you surprised? Have you surprised yourself because you are one of the main players now?
Yeah, I mean, look, I've never really focused on one market, so I guess that's changed a bit in the last couple of years. We've aggressively gone for the UK. I said that when we did the Wasserman deal, if you remember. I said we'd take it to another level. I think this year, this will be our, this is our 6th pay-per-view in the UK this year. I don't think any other promoter's done a single one. So we've done EUBANK Smith, obviously twice. We've done the 2 KSI shows, and then we got the Prime card on Saturday night. So, it's been a solid year.
A lot's made of like the zone and the pay-per-view numbers and the numbers they have from subscription. Do you think you potentially play the biggest part in that? Do you think Misfits Boxing is what's kind of kept it going, especially after the controversy last year and the fights falling through?
Yeah, the best would be if there was multiple players doing it, because for the DAZN platform, of course, you'd have it's always, listen, my dad taught me years ago, don't worry about competition. Competition in this sport is good. You might get annoyed by it, you might get angry by it, but the fact that there is competition is a good sign. And long may competition last. So I don't really see it as aggressively as sometimes Eddie does with Frank and etc. I'm quite casual about it, mate. I get on with what we do, and some years you're not so good, and some years you're better. This has been a better year, But I wish there was. This year's a real problem for the UK, for British boxing. You've got the biggest name in Tyson Fury. He's gone off to Saudi. AJ. Unfortunately, the Dillian White fight didn't happen for no fault of his own. That's a shame, because that was a big fight. That would have been great for boxing in the summer. It was a great fight. I was really excited for that fight, actually. And you've had the 2 EUBANK Smiths. Those have been the 2 biggest fights this year. And look, we promoted them. But should a non-world title British blockbuster be the biggest fight of the year? Not really. No, not when you've got heavyweight world champions in this country and stuff like that. So the UK sort of needs to find its feet and find its feet fast with the future. I mean, we've got some great talents coming through. Obviously Josh Kelly is the one that springs to mind straight away. But otherwise, Lyndon Arthur just became IBO world champion. So it's we got buckets coming through. Harlem EUBANK, but it's not about just us. It's about everyone and pulling on that, pulling on one string, And yeah, of course, we're gonna fight each other. Well, not fight each other literally, but we're gonna argue. We're gonna, it's what it is. It's what it is. But at the same time, I don't begrudge someone else having a good big pay-per-view, because those are blockbuster fights, and that brings eyeballs to our sport for the right reasons.
You must already be thinking ahead, how on earth do you top this? You've got 4 potential main event fights on a main card.
How do I top this one?
Are you already thinking, how do you top this? I don't see how you can.
You know what? Funny enough, I was last night. I was thinking, if this really pulls off on Saturday, it is absolutely enormous. But at the same time, in fact, it's, you know, ask anyone from this scene, and I'm new to this scene, but this is by far the biggest thing that's ever happened in this space. So of course you look at what can we do above that, and you know what, the storylines come out of fight nights like this. Let's see what happens with these two main events. Does something happen that we say, whoa, that would make sense with that now? And you know, there's a couple, you know.
You guys just give me a nudge, so I haven't got a long left, so I'm going to quickly ask you about a couple of other things.
We're going to see each other tomorrow, we're going to see each other Friday, we're going to see each other Saturday.
Hopefully. So we'll talk more about this event. Just quick news today broke out. Benson's reported that EUBANK BENN is virtually signed. In fact, it was Riyadh, the same reporter that broke the story of Conor Benn's failed test. So is there any truth in that? Is it signed?
No, it's not signed. Have there been talks with Abu Dhabi? Yeah, there have. Is Ben one of the options that I'll be talking to Chris EUBANK Jr. about? Yeah, of course. We'll always be talking about that fight because it's always been a big fight. You know, at the moment it's probably at its highest stock level right now. So yeah, it's definitely something we're talking about, but at the same time it's not done. No.
Does it still happen on the 23rd? Are you worried about the Fury and Ngannou clash?
No, I'm not worried about. December 23rd. That wouldn't be Fury.
I've suggested that could be in the same day.
Fight. Fury Usyk.
Sorry, yeah, Fury.
Yeah, no, I mean, I don't think that fight happens on that date. Not a chance. I mean, Fury beats Ngannou and then goes off on a big party with all that money. So I think Usyk will be waiting a long time.
Is Chris in camp? Because I saw on his Instagram he's still eating well, enjoying life in Dubai.
Yeah, Chris is, you know, he doesn't drink. He doesn't, you know. I know he puts out posts of him in nightclubs. I think he just goes in and out of them very quickly. It's not really. He's not a party guy. So is he in camp? No, he's not in camp. But at the same time, he's also not, you know, sitting there and drinking 5-6 pints of lager every day and eating 45 pizzas. He loves good clean food, and you know he looks good. You know, but he's not in a camp now.
The last thing I want you to do, Kalle, I don't know if you're a man of speeches, but there's obviously a war going on in the Middle East. Have you got a message of peace for both sides?
I didn't want to really talk about this week, but
like a peace message.
One where for me, as a father, it doesn't matter what side you're on, and you know, I mean, I just when I see the children, that for me. Yeah, just remember that they're children there, you know, on both sides. It's obviously horrendous what's going on, but for me, the thing that upsets me most are the kids. You know, the soldiers, look, they're there to fight. You know, that's war. You know, but remember, there's rules to war, and remember, there's just the kids, man. And kids for me.
Let's pray for peace, Kalle. Thank you for your time.
Absolutely.
You want anything bad enough? Don't make excuses. You gotta lose your time and your sleep for it. You find a way.